YouTube and welcome to another video. Today I'm in Madeira. I'm in the capital of Madeira, Funchal, or like the main city in the island of Madeira. Madeira is an autonomous territory of Portugal, and I'm here to cheer my mother on. She takes part in the Golden Age Gymnastics Festival. So I'm here to do that. It's basically the same idea as the trip I did to Crete last year. So you can check that video out if you want. I sold some cool fake Winksclub dolls and some Winksclub lucky bags and stuff. I don't know yet what I'm gonna see this year, but if you're watching this video, then I probably found something to show you. I haven't done any shopping at all yet, aside from like potato chips and water. We did arrive yesterday, so like I've been here a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what this video will bring, but if you're watching this video, then I probably found something to show you. So cut to the next interesting thing, I guess. Hello YouTube, we're here at the Portuguese Toy Museum in Madeira, and they opened up the whole museum just for us, so I feel very, very special. And they have a lot of all sorts of like vehicles. It's a private museum by a private collector, so this is all one person's collection and things. And they have a lot of Star Wars stuff that you can see here, but also a lot of like vehicles and cars and trains, and also like a lot of warfare themed stuff. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna give you a bit brief like overview of what is here. I must admit that I was originally a bit disappointed upon seeing all these cars and trains and Star Wars things, because I'm not that into any of these things. But all my disappointment washed away when we reached a room that had dolls. And not just the sort of classic baby girl dolls, which they did have as well, but they also had Barbie dolls, and they had many beautiful dolls that I hadn't personally seen ever anywhere. I especially liked the United Colors of Benetton line, where each doll was inspired by a different region. There was a Helsinki doll, which I was very excited about, because I didn't even know that there was a Barbie doll inspired by Helsinki or Finland. And they had the Osaka doll, which you can see in display here quite prominently, and I believe New York, and they also had Stockholm on the other shelf. They were quite spread out. But in addition to that, they also had some beautiful collector's movie dolls of different kinds, like Titanic and Cleopatra and these sorts of dolls, and they were all really beautiful, as well as some classical older vintage Barbie dolls. And I definitely spent the most amount of time in that room, and I was very happy to be there and to be able to look at all these beautiful dolls. But they did have a more sort of classical dolls as well, and all sorts of sewing machines for children and that sort of fun stuff as well. So while the toy museum did not ultimately disappoint me and had some wonderful great surprises in store, it did originally have a toy store as well there, but the person selling us the tickets said that the toy store had closed down in 2019. And unfortunately, I wasn't very lucky when it came to finding toy stores. I visited a mini store. Actually, I visited it twice because it was closed on the first day when I tried to visit it. But on the second day, it was actually open, and they had lots of Disney related stuff, as the name might suggest. And this is actually the only place where I saw genuine, legit Barbie dolls, because lots of places just had these really cheap fakes. And they also, of course, had some Disney dolls, but they did have some Barbie dolls as well, despite being a primarily Disney store. But I also visited on the same day that I visited the toy museum. I also visited this very interesting little store, and I couldn't quite figure it out. They had this Winx bag, which I will show you here, and it's clearly from, I think it was from 2008, but it was brand new with tags, and everything in that store was in that vein. They had witch stuff, they had stuff from Trolls I saw, mostly like stationery and school stuff and old Barbie stuff, and all of it was new, brand new with tags, but it was all stuff from like 15 to 20 years ago, like 10 years ago minimum, and it was so weird in a good way. Like I really enjoyed it, but I couldn't quite figure out where had they gotten it, because it wasn't a thrift store, it wasn't a second-hand store. All of the stuff was new with tags, I mean unused, but it was also really old in terms of when it was made. And I was just confused. Like if that stuff has been on the shelves there for that long, then how does the store survive? And if it wasn't on the shelves, then how did it get there? So yeah, I was very intrigued by that store in particular. I also visited a game store again twice because it was closed on the first day when I tried to visit it. But it was more geared towards magic, and I'm more interested in Yu-Gi-Oh when it comes to trading card games. So there wasn't much there for me either. But speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, a clothing store called Bershka, something like that, had a whole line of Yu-Gi-Oh clothes. They actually had lots of different anime clothes, and actually some other clothing stores also had some anime clothes which were really nice. But they had lots of Jujutsu Kaisen clothes, a really cool line, and they had these really beautiful Yu-Gi-Oh clothes. They had this black sweater with Yugi, this white sweater with Yugi in the front, and Dark Magician Girl and Yugi and others in the back. And this is the sweater that I actually got, so I got that one. And they also had a blue as white dragon t-shirt. So I got the white sweater, and I was very very happy about that. Now I did do a lot of really touristy stuff as well. I visited the botanical gardens. I went to see dolphins, even though I didn't film that much because everyone filmed it, and I just wanted to look at it. I wanted to enjoy like the thing while we were there, and like actually look at it instead of looking at everything through your camera. So I did some touristy stuff, and I'm mostly gonna use my mother's footage because she filmed a lot for the more touristy areas, and she's gonna make a video on that. I don't know if she's gonna put it as public or as unlisted, but either way, yeah, you might want to check out her channel for that. But I'm using a lot of her footage, and I'm very grateful that she allowed me to use her footage as well. So I did do a lot of touristy stuff as well, but I'm not gonna linger on that too long because I feel that's not really what my channel is about. That's not really maybe of interest to you. I usually show my travels through the lens of shopping and dolls and events, fan events and geek events. Oh, I also saw one more toy store, which was once again a very interesting and a bit of a devastating sight, to be honest. There was a toy store that was completely closed. It looked like it had been closed for ages. All of the stuff was really sun bleached, but all of the stuff in there was still in there. They had these Polly Pockets that had clearly been there for years and years and years because they're the old sort of Polly Pockets from the logos. I couldn't tell whatever the rest of the stuff was from because it wasn't things I recognized, but due to the Polly Pockets in the window, I could tell that the stuff had been there for years, and it's just so bizarre because the store had clearly been closed for ages, but all of the merchandise was still in there. And what happened? Why was there a store that was just filled with stuff and it was closed, and it had clearly been closed for ages? I mean, sometimes stores go bankrupt, but usually they take the stuff out. They don't leave all the stuff. So yeah, I had the urge to break the glass and go and look at some of the stuff and take it, but obviously I didn't. Of course I didn't. I'm not like that. So I'll leave you with that mystery, and if you have any good guesses for me, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. So it's my last day here, and unless I find something super cool at the airport, which can happen because that's exactly what happened last time, then this is all I got to show you. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm kind of sad I didn't find any like really good toy stores, but I had a really fun time otherwise. And I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment, like, check out some of my other stuff, subscribe, all that jazz. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!